What's going on, my friends? I am Dustin Stelzer with Electrician U, and today I have a good answer to a question. I think I had somebody ask a question about business, about kind of like making the leap and going into business. So I think there's some good insights to be had with this comment. So enjoy. Advice on starting a business. I'm looking into starting a side business, mainly doing service calls and smaller new construction jobs. This will primarily be on the weekends and evenings. I'm currently a master electrician, that's good. And this is a side business. It would not be going against my current employer. That's arguable. I've got a good set of tools and some money saved up for this. That's also good. After getting a contractor's license and setting up everything with the government side, what would be my next steps? I have a shop on my property already, so that portion is not a problem. I'm curious how you would go about a work truck. Also, what do you guys do for billing and accounting? I'm nervous about starting a venture, but I'm constantly getting asked about side work and I'm wanting to do this completely legal. Okay, so I respect that. You realize you're doing side work. To say that you're not like going against your current employer, I get what you're saying about that, but anytime you're going out and getting business and getting jobs, you're in competition. So you got to at least be honest with yourself about that. If you have a boss that's cool with you doing it, you know, that's a whole different thing. But there are companies out there that if they find out you're doing side work, you're going to fire you because you're taking money out of their pockets, so to speak. So as long as you have the conversation with the person that you're working for, let them know, hey, I'm not going to take any of your customers. I'm not trying to do anything silly. I'm just trying to go out on my own and make my own way. I think it's absolutely respectable. As far as the shop on your property, you could start out in your garage in your house. Like really, you just need a place to throw material. Most of what you're gonna be doing is going out to supply houses, right? You already know the deal. You're a master electrician. You've been doing this long enough. But you're gonna be going to like Home Depot. You're gonna be going to supply houses, stuff like that. So if you got a place, in your garage, so you don't have to go pay a bunch of money to build a shop or anything like that. But if you have a shop, like you're saying, like awesome, that's already one big thing out of the way. If you're just doing this yourself, you don't really need a big shop. You're not gonna be keeping this massive amount of overhead. You're probably not doing service work primarily. It's probably gonna be more new construction, if anything. So you don't really need like stock in a shop somewhere. You just need a place to put some shit, before your jobs go out. As far as the work truck, I would not go into debt to buy a work truck. A lot of people are like, oh, I'm gonna go get like a Koenig bed on my truck. I'm gonna get this brand new panel van for like $40,000. Don't do that shit until you've got some cash flow coming in. You need to prove that you can pay your bills before you just go into debt. I never recommend that people go into debt to go into business. I think that going into business and figuring out that you have a proof of concept, that you can take care of, your bills, that you can bid correctly, that you can weather some seasons and when the highs and the lows come and just kind of how things go. And once you've got a positive cash flow, you're profitable, you have a few months worth of customers lined up, and works really good, and you can start hiring some people, that's when I would start thinking about getting a nicer vehicle. But if you can make, like your old 1992 Chevy pickup, make that thing work. It just needs to get you from point A to point B reliably. That's really it. You don't have to have anything fancy. Of course, when you go to a job and somebody sees a nice truck from their window, they're like, oh wow, these guys really have their stuff together. I get that whole argument, absolutely. But they're not startup companies, and you're not gonna be just getting all these jobs because you drive a shiny truck. You're gonna be getting all these jobs because people are going to google.com and they're searching the word electrician wherever the hell I live, and they're just picking somebody, or they're getting word of mouth. Word of mouth is really huge. I've gotten so much work over the years. Probably 50% of the work that I've gotten over the years has been, maybe even more than that. I don't know. But the word of mouth thing is really, really big, as I'm sure you already know. So I would just kind of hang on that and don't go too big into investment debt, or don't go into consumer debt so that you can run a business. Go into an investment debt. It's a very different thing. Consumer debt is what people are like, oh, I want a TV. I'm going to go into debt for that instead of wait for a while. There's no cash flow. There's no money coming in. So it's just a poor investment. It's not even an investment. It's just a waste of debt. But if you can leverage debt into an investment that's going to pay you back, a nice truck if it can get you more work done. Like say you're going from a regular truck to a bucket truck. Well, a bucket truck gets you a whole ocean of new type of work. So that can cash flow. That actually has a return on your investment over a long enough period of time. So that's wise, but don't do that right away. Do that once you're already getting profitable in your business. Billing and accounting, good old Excel. Seriously, if you can put yourself on a budget, if you can account for every single day and make a good spreadsheet so you can see your entire year in front of you. Difficult thing with budgeting is that you really can't account for much accurately. You don't know when jobs are going to come in. Draws get pushed out on new construction jobs. Things take much longer, so you can't really rely on an exact budgeting method. I've used House Call Pro in the past. There's things like Service Titan, where it helps you, usually a little bit larger companies, but it kind of helps you track jobs and do invoices and things like that. QuickBooks, you do have to pay for like QuickBooks Online, but it's really cheap. I mean, comparatively to like how much money you're going to be making as an electrician, it's worthwhile. You can track everything in there. You can write invoices in them. You can send them. They can click pay right through the email and pay you. So it's really, really easy to do. But that's my tips based off of what you asked. I could talk about this for like way longer. I've already been talking about it way longer than I probably should have. So that's my tips for you, my dude. So if you liked this episode and you would like to see more of these, please definitely leave some comments below. You're more than welcome to email us at support@electricianu.com if you ever have questions that you want answered. Or you can follow us on all the socials, all the Facebooks and the Discords and all the different Instagrams and places, and I will try to get to your questions. There's so very many questions. If you want to speak to me directly on social media, at Dustin.Stelzer on Instagram, make sure you join If you join the Discord server, you're gonna be super cool and awesome. And isn't that great? So join Discord. There's a bunch of electricians in there, always talking a bunch of mess. Really good group of people though. Like it's a good, like, safe group of people that all care about education and teaching and learning and all that stuff. None of the crazy trolling. There are every once in a while we're gonna get a troll in there, but like everybody for the most part it's a well managed group and well taken care of group. So you should definitely check out the Discord link in the description below. Love you, crazy people, and I'll see you in the next one.
Descant music and video.